Hello, and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin's chart has actually rallied to the targets that I communicated in the previous video. So quick reminder that after we had quite a deep pullback, yesterday we were looking at possibly a recovery rally from here, at least in wave B. Maybe we said this wave B could even extend to 100K. So we might very well still stretch higher, or it could be an extension of circle wave 3, which is what we were looking for all along. But the problem was with this extension that while it still would look best, this pullback is very deep for an internal wave 4 in the blue count, but valid, okay? But valid because the red line is the invalidation point down there around 88,700. So from down here, close to the invalidation point, and from this cluster of Fibonacci micro support levels, we were looking for a bounce at least in wave B. Earlier today, we then saw the A wave and the B wave. Based on that, I gave you some targets. The targets were reached. There was a range. The lower ones already took out because we don't need them anymore. And I wanted to make space for this micro support area. And I highlighted to you, should we get to 97,270, I will provide the next micro support area. We'll do that first on Discord and then communicate it in the next video as well. And the price actually touched that level perfectly. And why was that level so important? Because it is the first ideal target for a third wave. So obviously, looking at this rally, we did say, okay, it should be a B wave based on the depth of the decline, right? So we're looking for higher. But if it gets to the 138% extension, 97,270, which it did get to, well, then we can also consider it is a third wave. And that is when it makes sense to add a support for maybe a short trade, not a short trade setup, a long trade setup, or let's say for those who are scalping this pretty much or looking for a quick swing trade, right? And this support area then acts as a pivot between another extension higher. So in other words, against this area, as long as we're holding above it, the price can extend higher, okay? The price can extend higher as long as we're holding this support area. And the thing is, if we extend higher from here, it would give us a 5-wave move up, right? So whether this is a B wave or a 5-wave move, it doesn't matter so much, because as long as we don't break below 95,100, there is no sign of a top. Any break below it, especially if the break is impulsive, that would strongly favor a top in place in yellow wave B and a move down in wave C. So I tried to explain that as simply as possible. I think all you need to understand is that as long as we're holding 95,100, we can still watch for higher prices. Or in other words, there is no sign that a top is in place. The pullback looks corrective for now, looks like a 3-wave move up. And this here was, for those who were using this support area now, a possible small swing trade setup, right? Even though obviously we're talking here about quite a speculative structure, quite a speculative setup, because we're not dealing with a 5-wave up, 3-wave down move, which could be a 1-2 setup or an A-B setup. No, this is just an internal 4th wave, so it's a bit more challenging. But yeah, it's looking good for upside continuation. Either way, as long as we're holding support, I'm looking for higher, or at least, in other words, the market hasn't given us any signal that a top is in place, right? Even though the B wave scenario seems more likely, or seemed more likely, looking at a pullback into support in 3 waves and the reaction means that I definitely am open for one more high, right? And that is why we were adding the support area to see, okay, does the market confirm a top? But then again, that's why I not only warned, but I mentioned to you, even this B wave could extend to 100K. So we'll just go with the trend, and the Elliott waves as well as Fibonacci levels tell us what the levels are that need to hold at every juncture to keep the upside, let's say the upside expectations alive. Now, or let's say not the update, not necessarily the expectations, but the uptrend, right? Because we are locally in an uptrend now, and I need some kind of break of support. We don't want to guess when this rally is over. It's only a small rally anyway. There's no point in trying to guess when the rally is over. The market will tell us, yeah. And as long as we have support levels that we can watch that might act as a smaller time frame setup, that's great. And what would be the next upside Fibonacci levels to watch? Now that we've reached the 138% extension, should we really get one more high, then I'm looking for the 178.6. Let's see if we have it, and the 200% extension levels as next micro Fib resistances. So 98K, 98.6, and 99.3K. And then a larger degree Fib level is located at 100,329. But that was all communicated before anyway. I think it's important to be aware of those micro levels and the 95,100 level. So it's getting interesting. This is now the next pivot. Now that we've rallied from support to pretty much the target, do we get another extension or not? I think we should probably know in the next few hours. I will keep you updated. So I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, don't forget that currently we have our Black Friday week special. There's a rare discount of 20% on our annual membership gift cards. There is always a 20% discount on the annual membership anyway, but we offer the gift card as a special because even existing members can use that to extend their current membership, but also new members, or you can even use it as a gift for someone else, right? So what you can do, you can go to X, follow here the instructions, use the discount code, and then if you need any help, send us an email. But it's a great way, it's only valid for a few more days. It's a great way to get a discount, actually on top of the normal 20% for an annual membership, yeah? And yeah, that's the update. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.